Hey there, G-fans. It's CreationZilla again, and I am really excited to do this video. It's a video that I've been wanting to do for many years now, and now I've finally gotten the opportunity thanks to my parents. For those of you who don't know, I just got back from G-Fest like an hour ago, and it was great. My parents paid for it for my birthday, and I brought the money to be able to buy a lot of stuff. And I would say for my first G-Fest, this is an awesome haul, which I will let you guys see momentarily. Hopefully you can hear me fine. I'll have to double check the video afterwards. I might need to edit the volume some and maybe put some music in the background because, you know, I don't live alone, so dogs barking, parents and stuff. And I will have to get up a couple times throughout the video, but shouldn't bug me just because I have some posters and stuff that I would need to go and grab and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started with the very first thing, which would be name tag for G-Fest 22. I had a fantastic time here, and it was just a great weekend. I'll do another video on how I feel after I have a couple days to reminisce about everything I've done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in the order that I got the items. And this is not on a tripod, so I'm going to try my best to keep everything in view. The tripod's broken, we're working on getting a new one, especially for some of the stuff you'll see later. But the very first figure, still in its bag, I probably will take him out of his bag after the video, but I just got home, is G-Fest exclusive G-Fantis. And now that I see him on the screen, I'm really hoping some of these other figures are going to fit. Alrighty. And I have all the prices here too, so I can remember. G-Fantis, which is, he was $25. And for the sake of saving space, I'm going to go ahead and carefully take him out of the bag. It was really cool how Dojo Studios was doing their own toys this year. I only ended up buying one just because I'm not all too familiar with the monsters, but shortly after seeing G-Fantis Death Game, which I will talk about at some point, I figured that I should at least get a G-Fantis after Battle Royale and stuff like that. I'm starting to question how they even got them in this bag. Oh, okay, then I got them. 3D printed figures. That's a new thing for my collection, but luckily they kept them in a 6-inch line. Alright, so let's carefully set the bag to the side down here. I'll probably restaple that up. Wow, he feels like an actual Beta. I was afraid because it was 3D printed he was going to feel very fragile, but he doesn't actually. So there is G-Fantis, and he will probably take a place on my shelves at some point. I'm just going to need to figure out when he came out and stuff, because I like doing my kaiju chronologically. So let's set him there for now. Can you still see him? Yep. Alrighty, so G-Fantis, $25. And I had multiple color schemes for him. I chose this one. Next thing would be from, I'm going to try to remember the names of all the places, but this one I remember specifically was Showcase Daikaiju. And the first thing I got for $25 was no tag and in decent condition is the Creatious King Ghidorah figure, which is a fantastic figure. I was hoping to get at least one of the Ghidorahs, and I was able to get one I was looking for. This makes me very happy. A couple scuffs here and there, and a couple, scuffs and stuff, but I like this figure. So he will take a place up there in between Destroya and GMK King Ghidorah. Let's have him back here. Hopefully he's not taking up. Guess I can scoot these guys up some. There we go. It's probably a little better. Yeah, it looks okay. G-Fantis is a little reflective. I might need to move the lighting a bit, but there we go. That looks like a little better. And instead of paying only $25 for Creatious King Ghidorah, I actually ended up paying $55 to get this theater exclusive Final Wars Anguirus for $30 with the tag. And I bought these tag protectors, if you watched my earlier videos. And he is first Anguirus I have, and not first Ghidorah, first G-Fantus. But really cool figure. I was hoping to maybe find the exclusive Rodan, but I did not end up seeing him, so here he is. Yeah, that looks good. Alrighty, and then, since I ended up buying Creacious Ghidorah and Anguirus, I decided to buy it at the right time because they said next 4 people who buy an item will get a free t-shirt. So I got a Showcase Daikaiju t-shirt. It's a little big right now, but I'm pretty sure I can shrink it some to my size. Actually, I'm going to set them on top of the shirt. Yeah, there we go. The door's a little funky standing up, but should be okay. Let's see how's that look. That looks pretty good on the video. Have G-Fantas hold up my sign. Alrighty. So I'm just going through stuff on my mind to see which would come chronologically next. I got my paper right here. Next would be for, instead of $65, I got for $55. No box, in a mint condition, only a couple. I only noticed on like 1 or 2 of the horns there's some scuffs, and on the wings there's a couple scratches. But for $55 I could not pass this up. I'm going to turn the camera because he's big. Grand King Ghidorah, which was also one I was looking for. Would have liked to get him in the box, but you know what? For $55, no box, and in the condition he's in, I would say this is a good deal. And as you can see, he is just enormous compared to the rest of them. I mean, he takes up as much room as they do all together. Alright, let's see if we can fit him back here. There we go, that looks okay. So Grand King Ghidorah, $75. I bought him from... where did I buy him from? I bought him from Radioactive Toys. Alrighty, next thing that would come for $10 would be King Kong Escapes on DVD, which is one I was missing, so I always like to try to complete the Kaiju collection. I've got all of the Gamera movies, all of the Daimajin movies, all of the... Take that back. I have almost all of the Mothra movies. I am missing the original. So King Kong Escapes on DVD. I have a lot more stuff than what this table is. Alrighty. And then for $2 on DVD from Alex Murdek is, I hope I didn't just butcher his name, creator of Daikaiju Battle Royale, the PC game, and then he does a lot of his own sculptures. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Gojira Tai Mechagodzilla. Open it up to show you what the inside is like, since this is different than a regular official release. Subtitles only. I don't have a preference. Sometimes I have trouble hearing, so normally I put subtitles on English shows. So there is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1 on 74. And then the big purchase for Friday was a figure that I think is going to shock a lot of my followers. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to shift some stuff around here. We're going to move Ghidorah over here. Is he still... Yeah, he's still in view. Hopefully without having anybody topple over. Bring them a lot closer. There we go. And the movies I'll keep over here, next to Ghidorah's feet. Not that you can see him that well, but that's okay. This figure is going to help out my channel a lot, and I got him for the price of $81. S.H. Monster Arts Gamera from 1996. Or, I believe that would be Gamera versus, or Attack of Legion. This is my second SH Monster Arts figure. And he's quite a step up from Fire Rodan up there. I went there wanting a Gamera. I was expecting to get a little 6-inch Bandai or something like that. But my dad, we saw him, this Gamera, and he kept walking around and he kept on whispering in my ear, Super Articulated Gamera. He didn't know the name but of the company SH Monster Arts, but he kept saying that. I kept thinking, you know what, if I don't leave here with this guy, I'm going to be pretty upset, so I got SH Monster Arts Gamera. And his box is pretty beefy, too. There we go. That looks good. And then that ends Friday. So a quick recap would be G Fantas, Creations King Ghidorah, Theater Exclusive Anguirus, Free Showcase Daikaiju shirt, Grand King Ghidorah, King Kong Escapes on DVD, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1974 on DVD, and then the SH Monster Arts Gamera. Alrighty, let's move on to Saturday, which would be the least amount of money I spent in a single day. Friday's total came out to be $228 for all of the figures and movies and shirts. Everything you see on the table right now would be Friday's price. Now, Saturday, I decided to get 3 things, and it cost me a total of $15. Mega Monster Battle, Ultra Galaxy the movie, which I may have seen this one or the next one, Ultraman Zero, Revenge of Belial, I think is how you pronounce his name. I've seen one of these two, I just cannot recall which one I have seen. And then the sequel to the second movie, which is Ultraman Zero Side Story, which I have not seen. Where I bought this from, the DVDs were 7 for 1, but I got a deal. If I bought 3, I could get them for 5 apiece, so $15. And once again, that was Ultraman Galaxy, the movie, Ultraman Zero, Revenge of Belial, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and then Ultraman Zero Side Story, or on the side it says Ultraman Zero versus Killer Beatstar, which I have no clue who that is either. I'm not very good on the Ultras. Working on getting there. Been watching Ultraman Max and the original Ultraman, and then I'm thinking about starting another Ultraman show, which I'll get to later, which is related. Alrighty, so that ends Saturday. Saturday came out to a total of $15. So now I'm going to move the movies off of the table now, because we're going to need as much room as possible. Let's move the figures themselves over this way if we can. And then this t-shirt I'm going to go ahead and move off. I will bring everything up once again once I figure out everything. Alrighty. So now Sunday, which would be today, the 12th. Hopefully that gets uploaded today. Might get uploaded on Monday, the 13th. Alrighty. I have one thing that I forgot to show you on Friday. I was able to make it to Symphonic Fury, the music of Japanese monsters, Friday night with my mom, and that was amazing. I was not able to make it to the Ifukube 100 concert last year because this is my first G-Fest, but I was able to go to the Pickwick Theater and see Symphonic Fury, and it was amazing. I wish I would have been able to contribute some money, but I'm bad with names, so I hope I don't butcher this. Kao Otani, I think, is the name of the composer. He was there, and it was really neat. He just sat randomly in the audience, just sat somewhere, didn't have specific seating or anything, and then he stood up and started to present the music So afterwards, I got him to sign my pamphlet, which cost me no money at all, which was really neat. He just casually signed it for me. So I'm going to keep this off to the side. I really don't want this to get damaged at all, so. Alrighty. First thing I bought on Sunday would be over here. Let me go grab that. It was actually a bundle deal. I ended up buying for $30 two, I think they're 11 by 17 prints from Matt Frank. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn over here by my nightstand so that way I can show you. The first print is the Gamera and Pacific Rim print that Matt Frank did, which I'll take better pictures later of these. And then the second print I got was the 60 years of Godzilla he did, starting with Gojira going all the way down to 2014. And he signed both of them for me, which was really cool. I'm a really big fan of his work, so that was neat, getting these two for such a good deal. Alrighty, sorry, it decided to cut for some reason, so might be running out of space in the camera or something like that. I'm not sure, and I just dropped that. Oops. And hopefully that's okay. This is really cool for me. I ended up getting, I don't know how many of you went to the film festival or knew of this. The Numagiras movie was played during the film festival on Saturday. And I went to go see Godzilla and His Amazing Friends and Godzilla Rise of Darkness, the newest chapter. And this was shown because they had trouble playing it earlier, and I was glad that they were having trouble because I did not know this was playing there. So it was really neat to see this short little movie made by an independent director, Takayuki Hosanuma, or it might be the other way around. I think he gave me his card while we were in Artist Alley today. I saw him walking around, and for me, that's really cool seeing somebody who's not too much further up in the age than I am, producing something to where he had a suit and a whole entire set, and it just looked like a real kaiju movie, because it was, which was really cool. So he gave me his card, which is right here, this little postcard, and I followed him on Facebook, and I'm going to subscribe to him on YouTube. But I asked if I could get a picture with him, and I'll do pictures at the end of this. And I just thought it was amazing that he did it on $4,000 budget, which is considerably cheap for a film. It was about 7 to 9 minutes long. So I'd asked for the picture, and he thought it was really neat that I sought him out, because Masaki Tezuka was there, the director of Megaguirus and Against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS. So he thought it was kind of neat that I sought him out rather than one of the bigger directors. So he said, "Here's a present for you." And he gave me Numagiras on DVD, no charge at all. And it comes with the movie, the trailer, and it looks like there's a video board included on this disc. So I'm going to look forward to this a lot. The next thing on the list would be a $10 piece of artwork, which is a 8 by 11 print, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, 8 by 11. Which is, it's Mr. Tsubura, Iji, the creator of Godzilla and Ultraman, on this neat little cartoonish thing. There's the UFO, there's a fighter plane, Godzilla, and Ultraman. And then a little tank. And this was by the artist named Chev. And I was talking with him a lot, actually. I went to Artist Alley a few times, I was talking with him. And there was one $20 print that he had that I was planning on getting because it was Gamera, and Gamera's 50th was this year, so I was planning on getting that, but I decided to go with his smaller print, which was that, and I think I like that a little better. So that cost me $10. Now the next thing on the list I was walking around, I'd seen a SH Monster Space Godzilla for $70 on Friday, and I wish I would have picked it up then. But what I got instead is pretty good too, and I'm glad I got it now that I've seen some reviews over it. And none of the Gamera I've not seen out of the box yet. And this guy I've not even seen in person before, which is for the price of $75, the SH Monster Arts 2000 Godzilla 2000 special color version. And I've seen the pictures on the back. He looks like a beautiful figure. Fantastic sculpt is what it looks like. I might actually start doing reviews now. I'm really liking the reviewers I've been seeing. And I figured I've got a lot of figures that not a lot of people have reviewed or necessarily enjoy a whole bunch, where I do. So I picked up another SH Monster Arts. And I know you guys had been hearing me talking earlier about having trouble with the Rodan and not wanting to do that. But after seeing Gamera, I wanted to try to pick up either Space Godzilla, Junior, or Kiryu. Kiryu was $125, which is what he retails as on Amazon, so figured if I didn't get him there. For me, $125 for an SH Monster Arts was a lot considering Kiryu's size. Now, it was the heavy arms version, but still, that was a lot of money at the moment. And then Junior was $50, and $50 for his size was a lot, but I think I might just eventually shell that out once I get some money. Because I'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2000 Millennium version. So that is 2 SH Monster Arts in one buy. The 2000 special color and the Gamera 2. Okay, you guys can still see everything pretty good, so that's good. Alrighty. So, I've got a couple more figures. And I'm trying to figure out where the other one... Oh, he's still in the back. Now, Sunday prices usually go down a lot. So, I was walking around, and I saw a couple figures that I thought were really neat, and I asked how much they were. Originally, one was $5, and the other was like 12-ish or something, and I got them for $13 together. For $3, I got some form of Baltan. He was $3, and I thought he looked really cool, so I decided to pick him up. Now again, I'm really terrible with the Ultras, so if you guys know who he is, he... Bandai 2001. I'm not sure which form of Baltan this is, but after having the Mecha Baltan up there from the Monstrosities contest, I figured I'd pick up another Baltan, because they're really cool. So I'm going to post this on the Facebook collectors groups and stuff to try to figure out who he is. Now you can still see Ghidorah, and you can barely see Ankyr, so let me bring him up. And then the $10 was another Ultra, which I honestly have no clue who he is, but it was the only Ultra that he had left that was in good condition, and he came with his tag, is this guy. Yeah, I know. This guy. Yeah. I thought he looked really cool. I'm not sure if he's an ice monster, possibly. On his foot it says, oh, 1998, made in China, Bandai. And then on his tag it says Ultra Monster Series number 19, which I bet that's something I could look up very easily. And then I really don't know my Ultra Kaiju or my Ultras. It looks as if Ultraman Dyna, I think, maybe, I don't think it's Tiga, I think it's Dyna, is on the tag. So for sake of space, I'm going to fold his wing-like appendages down and set him right here for now. That looks good. So, Baltan and this one kaiju here, ice-looking dude, cost me $13 together. Oh, sorry about that. A little bit of the box I'm filming on was in the video. Alrighty. Next would be somebody who is not present right now. And I got him for an amazing deal. He will be coming in, hopefully we ordered him today, so he should be in by Tuesday. With, yes, I ordered from Amazon. That's not G-Fest, why'd you spend your money? Yeah, I know that's probably what all you're thinking. You said that you were going to save all your money for G-Fest, and you bought something from Amazon. I did buy it. Technically, I bought it at G-Fest. I'd been walking around the dealer room, and that SH Monster Arts Final Wars Gigan came in a huge box, bigger than that Gamera box back there. And he comes with like the chainsaw parts and stuff, which I thought was really cool. Because if you don't know, I have the Rebel Tech Gigan, Showa Gigan, and I really like him, but he's short. The Rebel Tech figures are very short. The Baragon I'm okay with, because Baragon's usually a smaller kaiju, but the Gigan, he's really short compared to all of the Godzilla figures I have. And he's probably going to be dwarfed by this special color version. So, excuse me. Started walking around the room, $100, $100, $125, just really high prices, and I was thinking about putting out the money for Gigan. So for grins and giggles, I decided to check Amazon. Amazon had him for $54 today. So I gave my mom the money, she ordered him, he's coming in, 3 SH Monster Arts. Yeah, 3. Gamera, Godzilla, and then Final Wars Gigan is coming in. So expect an unboxing video, which I didn't think I was going to do one of those in forever. But SH Monster Arts Gigan for $54. He's on the way. And then the last figure I bought for the price of $38 is Ultraman Mebius. I really liked my Ultraman Jack that I got for Christmas from my cousins, and I think Ultraman Jack might be from Return of Ultraman, or I don't know if there's an Ultraman Jack TV show. I've been looking through Crunchyroll, it looks like they've got a couple Ultraman series, and I think Mebius was one of them. So, I had a couple to choose from. I had Mebius, I had the original Ultraman, Ultra 7 was there for a little bit, by the time I got back around he was gone. And those 3, Ultraman, Ultraman Ace, and Ultra 7, they were $32. Mebius was $38, and for $49 they had, I think it's Ultra Father, or Father Ultra, and he had the mantle, but he was $49, and at this point, $38 was what I had, so it was really good that he was only this price. So I decided to pick up Mebius because he looks a little different than your regular Ultraman. A lot of the Ultraman look similar, and in my videos, I know from my family and stuff who don't know a lot about the Ultras, let alone kaiju in general, they thought, because I have a 500 Ultraman, and then I have the Ultraman Jack Ultra Act, and they couldn't tell them apart. I can, because they're succinct lines. So I figured I'd pick up Mebius so that way I could have 2 Ultras in the same video, but they're clearly distinct. You can still tell they're Ultramen, but they're not so close to where there's a line on the chest that distinguishes the 2 from one another. So, Ultra Act Ultraman Mebius, or I think it's Mebius. Mebius, maybe? I'm really bad with pronunciations. I'm working on that. You know, I've been a fan for who knows how long, and I still can't pronounce half the names correct. Been a fan for 11, 12 years now. So, today's total Sunday for SH Monster Arts Godzilla, Ultra Act Mebius, this blue guy, Bolton, and the Prince, and Gigan was $220. And my parents decided to buy me, I used to have a Space Godzilla shirt, which was really cool. It was the Japanese poster, and it got shrunk in the washer. And my parents felt really bad that it got shrunk. So I got to pick out a shirt. So I picked out the shirt from Aardvark Tees, which is the JSDF Maser Cannon Division, which I thought that would be really neat to wear around school and stuff. So, I spent a total of, I can't do that in my head, let me get my calculator out real fast. I spent a total of $228 plus 15 plus 220. I spent a total of $463, which is all the money I've had since my birthday, 2014. And I didn't know I was going to G-Fest until officially my birthday this year, when my parents told me summer of last year, you know what, I was going to go last year. And they said, you know what, we're low on money right now. Well, they weren't low on money, we just gone on 2 vacations, so they decided, alrighty, we're going to wait until next year. For your birthday, you can go next year. And on my birthday, I got all the official paperwork, the hotel was booked and everything. And they took me. So I had from my birthday 2014 to save. So I've been saving for well over a year now. Birthday money. Now, I know I spent a little bit, but that's because I have my own little kaiju over there, my bearded dragon. I have to feed her. She's getting bigger. And then, as you know, I bought 2 amiibos, which would be the Zelda and the Peach amiibo, but that's not all that important. So right now, I have no money at all, not even a single penny. But, one thing I do want to say before I recap everything is, I had a really good time. I'm trying not to get choked up here, but I am a little bit. It was honestly the best weekend of my life. For those of you who have friends or talk with people who know a lot about kaiju or hang out with them, I don't know how much you may be able to feel of this, but for those of you who don't have those friends or people who support you in the kaiju or who know about them, it was hard growing up with liking all this stuff and then, you know, going from having 2 or 3 figures to your room having 60-some movies and TV series, having these articulated figures, and then all of these figures, plus a custom print and posters on your wall of, to most people's eyes who aren't kaiju fans, some Japanese dudes in flimsy rubber suits beating the crap out of each other over a cardboard set. And that doesn't really go around. Well, you never find, for me. Sorry, it kept recording, and I'm really hoping this isn't recording over. There might be a couple stops. But, this is going to be a long video, I know that. By the time that runs, it'll probably already have been a long video, so I apologize for the long video. It's just, I felt like I needed to get my point across. I've never talked about this before, really, other than in the Monstrosities video. But now that I was able to go, I was originally going to go with my friend, who was actually, I met him this year in one of my computer classes, and he had an SH Monster Arts Godzilla 64. And knowing that he had a Monster Arts, I knew that he was a pretty big fan. I was playing Daikaiju Battle Royale one day in class. And, you know, people walking around in OLS are like, oh look, he's playing some dragon game on the computer. Because luckily our schools did not block that website. I don't know how in the world it wasn't blocked, but it wasn't. So, I'm grateful for that. I hope they don't figure that out or fix it. But, and he walked over, and I actually remember the battle. I was Space Godzilla, and my opponent was Biollante on Daikaiju Battle Royale. And, he was like, no, that one's Biollante, and I faintly heard him, so I continued to play, and then he was kind of unsure, and he's like, that one's Biollante, right? And he pointed to Biollante's character. I was like, yeah, how'd you know that? And he's like, oh, I'm a big fan, are you? I was like, yeah, so that's basically how it started. I let him borrow the Heisei Gamera trilogy, so now I've introduced him to Gamera and stuff. And we were gonna go, but he graduated this year, so there was college, finances, and stuff, so he wasn't able to make it. But, the reason I'm a little emotional and choked up here is, leaving was honestly really hard for me. Because I just spent the whole weekend in a building full of people who, I'm not a stranger in there. I was able to walk in there and say Godzilla without being insulted. I was I was able to be praised for saying the terms kaiju and Godzilla, Tokusatsu, Gamera, Ultraman, even saying some of the crazier kaiju of the series that aren't as well known, like Gamera or Titanosaurus, Destroya, Rodan, Mothra, King Caesar, Hedorah, all of them, without any insult. Okay, maybe Gamera a little bit, but that's a whole nother video, isn't it? But you guys know my feelings on Godzilla's Revenge by now. Special movie because of my grandfather, and that's another reason I'm getting a little emotional is, if it wasn't for my aunt and my grandpa, I'd never be here. My aunt got me, I'm going to tell the story again for those of you who just now watching the video. It was my 5th birthday, and my aunt decided to get me the Classic Media 5-pack set, which comes with Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Rodan, Godzilla vs. Mothra, Terror of Mechagodzilla, and Godzilla's Revenge. And that was expensive back then. And she gave it to me, and I remember opening this on my birthday and being like, I got DVDs, and I had no clue what in the world a Godzilla was, or what in the world a Mechagodzilla was, or what a Rodan was, for heck's sake. I had no clue what any of these were. So, my aunt decides, she asks my grandpa says, yeah, go ahead and pop one in. She grew up with it, my dad grew up with it, my grandpa introduced my dad to Godzilla when he was younger, so my aunt bought this for me. So, the one they grab happens to be Godzilla's Revenge. My grandpa, he opens it, he walks up and he puts it in the player, and then he shuts the disc, and it starts playing. And the opening credits are just amazing. I mean, the music's all upbeat and stuff, and then for being a kid, this being your first movie, this is like, as people were saying in the panels, this is the gateway drug to the kaiju franchise. I watched that and I was amazed. I was like, there's this giant thing out there on this island, and he has a kid, and he's fighting some other giant monster. And it all started from there, and then it went off from there. I remember watching Godzilla vs. Mothra 1992, not Godzilla and Mothra Battle for Earth. I mean, I sometimes still call it that, but that's not its real name. That's his American branded name. So, watching that with my grandpa, and then watching Godzilla 2000, which was his favorite film, was Godzilla 2000. Every time he would find it on TV, he'd record it on his DVR. I would record it on VHS tapes. Yeah, VHS tapes. And I'd bring it over and we would watch it together. No matter how many times I had watched it, he would still watch it with me, which is really cool. So that was really neat, being able to go this weekend. And on the way out, I actually ended up watching Godzilla 2000 in honor of him. He passed a couple years ago, so that it's bringing back a lot of memories. But just being there, being able to talk with people is really cool. So being back home, I like being home and stuff, but I already miss it there already. It was a fantastic week, and it could have gone on forever and I would have complained. Not one bit. If I somehow could make money. I actually am... I'm really satisfied with what I got and the guy gonna have on the way. I just got to meet a lot of neat people too. Now, a lot of the people who I wanted to get pictures with and stuff, they were kind of busy, so I didn't want to feel like interrupting them, like Fuji Fan 1993 or Rich Iso or Godzilla Fan Freaks or Kyle Yon or Samson West. And then I actually met a lot of new kaiju fans who I friended on Facebook. Actually, let me go onto Facebook right now and look at some of their names. And I'm sorry if I don't remember your names. A lot has happened today. So, let's see, how do I get to friends on this thing? So obviously it would be Rich Iso and stuff. Ah, there we go, friends. So, Alex Murdoch, I got to meet him. That was really cool. I bought Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla off of him. Let's see who else. Billy DeBose. oh man, he did that Godzilla Battle Royale film, which was just phenomenal. That was a crazy film. I'm really bad with names, again, so if I butcher any names, I apologize greatly. I think it's Christian, or Christine Chaplin. She was really cool. She was in the Fresh Vinyl Live panel, and she was talking about some of the SH Monster arts. She said she had the Mecha King Ghidorah, and I envy her for that. I would have loved to pick up that figure, but everybody was asking $200 and up for that. I mean, and that's what he's retailing for, so I mean, I probably could have gotten these guys plus Gigan and the Ghidorah and been fine, but I like my standard Bandais too. The Imagine Kaiju, Everett Grodin, which is Godzilla Fan Freaks, Jacob Baker. He wasn't there, but that some of his costumes were, like the G Fantas costume and stuff like that. And then G Fantas Death came. I know he made the costumes for that. Let's see. Is there anybody else who I'm missing out on? I hope I'm not. Oh, Nakama Toys. That's who I bought. Gamera, Godzilla. I bought all of my articulated figures from the Gamera, the Godzilla, and the Ultra Act. I'm going to send them a message on Facebook later, thanking them for all three of these figures. The deals were phenomenal. They were selling them for retail price. Tried to get a bundle on the $75 Godzilla and the $38 Ultra Act. I was going to try to see if I could get them for like $100 or $110 together, but they said no, so I bought Godzilla and I walked off for a bit. But I understand that they were selling them at very good prices, to where, you know, the people who were selling the Gigans were $150 and something, where I got Gigan for like under double that price. Oh, Robert Scott, he friended me, Robert Scott Field, on Facebook. And then Takayuki Hosanuma, which is the director of Numa Gears, which was an amazing film. There was just a lot of amazing people there. And it was just a fun time getting to see these people and interact with them and go to their panels, or happen to walk into one of their panels waiting for another, and then wishing you had gone to the panel they had just did as you were waiting for another. It was just a great time. And I know I'm going way off here, but I'll make this like an experience and haul video. But the first person I saw there was John Legrand, or Legrandzilla on YouTube, who is well known for his modeling. We had got to the hotel Thursday night, so that we were there a day early, could sleep and stuff like that. And we're walking around, we heard that there was pre-registration for those who had ordered their tickets online and stuff. And so we kept on going downstairs and waiting. 6 o'clock, no. 7 o'clock, no. 8 o'clock, no. So I went down around 9. They still hadn't had it going yet. So I was walking back. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw somebody, and it looked a lot like him. Same body build, he had the beard. Hairstyle was the same and stuff like that. And then, but I wasn't sure, and I'm very shy and nervous towards other people, so I don't want to go up and say, hey, are you this guy? And it turned out to be some stranger or something like that. Sorry, I keep them with the camera. But it turned out I heard his voice, and then I realized that's him. So just to double check, I don't want to be like, hey, Legrandzilla, take a picture with me. I turned around and I was like, hey, now I pronounced it wrong. I said Grande for some reason, so I said, are you Legrandzilla? He said Legrandzilla. I was like, yeah. So it was really neat. We talked with him for about a good half hour and was able to take a couple pictures with him, and it was just really cool meeting him. And then by the time we were done talking, pre-registration had opened up, and we were able to get name tags. And if you pre-registered, you got your name typed, rather than having to write it yourself. Excuse me. Let me grab a drink real fast. I don't want to become very hoarse during this video. There we go. So, sorry, I keep bumping that. He was the first person I got to meet there. And then, I actually need help identifying a person if you guys can. I don't think it was JD. It may have been. I had trouble hearing, so it was either JJ or JD. One of the two. Manager of the dealer's room, so I think it may have been somebody named JJ. But it could have been JD, I'm not sure. But, he helped us walk around, so, I walked into Dojo Studios, and no, he wasn't around. I saw him on Friday, or Thursday. This was Friday. Walked into Dojo Studios and saw one of these guys, the G Fantasists, so I got in line. And once I got up there, there was a young lady up there, at least my age, probably 2 or 3 years older than me, but she lit up right when she saw me. I hadn't even said anything. I just literally stepped up, and she put out her hand and shook my hand, and she said, "Oh, I see you on Facebook all the time." And I didn't know who she was, so I don't know if her dad may have been JJ, the dealer's room guy, or somebody else, because there were some Xbox Gamera figures, and I asked if they were for sale down there, and they weren't, or my dad had asked if they were for sale, and she said they were for her dad. But for me, that was really cool having somebody recognize me, you know, a little YouTuber with just over 10,000 views and 100 subscribers, or give or take some. And I don't even know if it was with correlation to YouTube or just my activity on Facebook through my CreationZilla page or my regular friend page, or the Godzilla and Kaiju Monsters, Movie Monsters page. Go like that. I'll put it down in the description. I'm one of the 3 admins on that page, so that's really neat. Over there with John Von Shelton and Brian Naiman, I think it's Orla. Again, bad with names. But, and she worked there at Dojo Studio. She had been, and the new film that will be coming out next year, she was playing one of the lead villainesses, or villains. Is it villainess for a female villain? I'm not sure, and I'm not trying to be sexist at all, so. But yeah, I just thought that was really neat, getting somebody to recognize me. Let's see, what else? The very first thing we did was on Friday, before the Dojo Studios was, my dad and we went down to the Midway Theater, and which is just downstairs, and we watched Gamera the Brave, and subtitles on a big projector screen, which is how kaiju movies are meant to be seen. Sure, they're good on a TV, big or small TV, or on your iPhone or your iPad or whatever, smartphone, computer, your Windows computer or whatever. But so the very first thing I did was, at G-Fest, I saw Gamera the Brave in the theater. And I liked that film. That was the second Gamera film I'd ever seen growing up. I'd seen Gamera Guardian of the Universe, and then I saw Gamera the Brave. Gamera the Brave is the first Gamera movie I ever owned. So that was really cool for me. And at that time, I really liked it because my cats are fighting. Sounds really weird. Okay. I'm going way off topic. I'm back here, and apparently this camera really does not like me. It's only letting me do like 10-minute segments or something like that. I don't even remember where it was. Something about Gamera the Brave. It was my first movie, or something like that, so that was cool, seeing that. And then, had a fun day there, got to go to a couple panels. I had pictures and stuff, so not too many pictures, but I'll post pictures at the end of this video. Yeah, this is looking like it'll be up on Monday, because I'll need to get the pictures from this camera and my parents' cameras and stuff, so. Ending Friday, the first day with a bang, with Symphonic Fury. That was amazing. All 3 of the Gamera scores were beautiful for Guardian Universe, Attack of Legion, and Revenge Virus. But I got really choked up during the Godzilla Mothra King Ghidorah Giant Monster Solo Attack segment of it. Just, they played the main theme, and then I just got it all going through my head right now, just the themes and stuff, but they played some of the music closer to the end. I think it's when, the main actress's father is in I think it's the Satsuma sub or something like that. And he's fighting against Godzilla after Ghidorah and the monsters have fallen. And there's just, it's the main theme, but it's done with a piano cover and a loom. Is it a loom? The big one? I should know this, I'm a man and stuff. I think it's a loom, the big one the big string one that looks like a harp. I think that's a loom. But it was played on that, and it was beautiful, and it brought back so many memories, because that's my favorite film of all time. Not only kaiju, not only Godzilla, out of all the films out there, science fiction, everything, Godzilla, Monster King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Attack is my favorite movie. And it was just, I got choked up during that one. And then the Ifukube military march was really cool to hear that for the first time. The actual military march he did for the Japanese army, not for the movies. Which, you should listen to that. You'll like it if you like the movie scores. And then there was the 3 Ifukube suites, which are, I thought that was really neat hearing those in person, because I listen to those all the time when I'm working on the animations that I do, or stop motion, and like flash animation and stuff, all that kind of stuff. So that was ending that day with a bang, and then Saturday was just packed with all these different things. Daikaiju Legends, I got to see his premiere of his Zone Fighter Episode 1, and what did I do after I saw that? I went out and I got Gamera. And then I got Gamera and I was thinking, I'm gonna need better looking kaiju. Bing! And then I liked the idea of the Zone Fighter, the Ultras. Bing! And I thought I needed an antagonist. Gigan's on the way. So that takes care of that. Now, obviously I'll be getting more. My money will now be going to kaijus again. Which is going off topic here a little more again. With G-Fest being over, I'm sad it's over by now. The one thing that is good about it is that I can come home and I can film with these, and I can save money for a period of time and then spend it. I don't have to wait a millennium to get it? Millennium? Yeah, it's not that funny. To spend my money, I can save $80 and go buy the Mogear on Amazon, or save $130 and go buy the Kiryu, or wait and save $200 and then get Space Godzilla and who knows, Little Godzilla or Junior, or the NES Godzilla, 54 Godzilla, NECA. That was in the first Final Live panel. That looks great. And it'll be cheap, because XXII Monster Arts hasn't done a 54 yet. And then the NES Godzilla looks cool too. So, alright, let's go back. But just being able to spend money now will be nice. So, where was I on Saturday? Man, this is just a fantastic weekend. So Saturday, that's right, I went to the Kaiju Legend panel. I figured out, him and I, we're in the same grade. We're like the same age and stuff. So that was really cool seeing what he did and asking him for advice and what he had done, and asking him if he ever took the path of claymation like I do. I know that was a really popular series on the channel, so I'm gonna put some money aside to get some better clay, do some more claymations, because I know you guys like that. And then there was the Attack on Titan versus Godzilla claymation I did, that little 7-second snippet, and that was off the roof with my views, so I need to get working on that too. But so Saturday was really fun, lots of fun panels to go to. The with Kyle Faust. Oh, I think that's how you say it. I hope that's how you say it. The dramatic reading of the Avengers vs. Godzilla, the Marvel Godzilla. That was phenomenal. That was great. That was very fun. Just 3 people doing voices for a cast of like 10 or 20 different characters, which was just fantastic. That was great. That gave me a good laugh. And then there was the costume contest, the amateur film contest, which is really cool to see Godzilla 2014 versus the Giant Condor, which is a really fun one. I actually got to see the 2014 model for, it's like Amazao or Amazao Wow or something like that. Amazoo, something like that. It's not Amazon. Amazon, maybe, like with an M instead of an N. But I got to see some of his actual models that he uses that he makes himself, which has the articulation of an SH Monster Arts, but he does it himself, so that was really cool. And then, so, that's pretty much Saturday. I know there's a lot more. I'll come back to this later, not in this video. And then Sunday. Sunday was the roughest day for me. Not only because we had to leave, but I woke up and I was just feeling terrible. So I ended up missing out on the Battle Royale Q&A, which I really wanted to go to, but I missed. But that gave me the opportunity to watch Gamera vs. Zigra, which they showed twice over the weekend. So that gave me a chance to watch a new Gamera movie I'd never seen, even though I own it. And then I made sure I got up, even though I still wasn't feeling 100%. I got down to that Fresh Vinyl Live. And that was phenomenal. I think that might have been one of my favorite panels. Definitely in the top 3 panels of G-Fest 2015. Or G-Fest 22. Just everybody there they all had their preferences over which Godzillas they liked, or which line, Marmot, or the movie monster, or Standard Bandai, or Monster Arts, or X Plus, and those lines, the NECA 2, or the NECA as well, not NECA 2. So that was a fun panel to go to. So that was the first panel I went to on Saturday, and then had an hour, so I spent a lot of time in the dealer room, which I don't regret at all. I just spent a lot of time. I kind of wish I put more time because I didn't really get to see. I got to see the model room, which was cool, but wasn't able to make it to the video game room. Not that I was going to play, just to look. And then I missed the art room and the Gamera display, which was it looked cool, but by the time I got down there on Sunday, everything was packed up and gone. And then, ending Sunday with a bang would have been the figures, obviously, but and this video is ending actual Sunday, but ending G-Fest was seeing over half of the Gila, or G-I-L-A, the Gila monster, but it's pronounced Gila monster movie, which was really fun and cheesy, but that was filmed here in Indiana, which I thought was really cool. Now that I'm back home in Indiana, knowing that there's a monster movie filmed here is kind of neat. But that was fun and cool, but not really spectacular to end Sunday with. So, Hail to the King, 60th anniversary. Sorry, the camera cut out on me again. Hail to the King the documentary it was phenomenal. It was mind-blowing. I loved it. It was neat to hear some of the Japanese actors and the guy who did the Gamera 4, yeah, sequel to Revenge of Iris, a fan film. Obviously not an official film, but he did that, and hearing how his dreams, and then hearing the actors back together talking, and then hearing Kyle and I think his name was David, his experiences and all of them, and that was just put us off a little off schedule just because of that Gila monster movie running longer than I thought it was going to. But you know what? I would have rather had it run later than not being able to see it at all, and that was just. And a lot of people were there. I mean, most of the time I'd seen somebody like Rich or like all the people at the Fresh Find the Life panel were there. Rich and Samson and Kyle and Christine. I'm sorry about that. I have a couple friends who those are their names, but they each pronounce it differently, but it's spelled the same way. And then Goji Fan 1993 was there. Godzilla Fan Freaks was there. Like everybody was there. Robert was there too. Robert Scott Field. So it felt like a good gathering to end the day with. And then kind of a quiet ride home, making friends on Facebook with who I'd seen and got to meet throughout the day. But it was a good time, and hopefully it doesn't have to be too much longer. I'd love to go next year, but it looks like I might just have to wait 1 year. So it looks like my parents were talking about maybe taking me back for a graduation from high school gift, which would be in 2 years, 2017, doing that as a graduation gift. So that'd be cool. Alrighty, so let's go over figures real fast. In the order that I got them. G Fantas, Creations Ghidorah, Final Wars Ankyras, Theater Exclusive, Grand King Ghidorah, King Kong Escapes, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the Showcase Daikaiju shirt, SH Monster Arts Gamera. How am I doing in time? Not like real life time, not film time. Gamera, and then Ultraman Galaxy the movie, Ultraman Zero, Revenge of Bile, and then Ultraman Zero versus Beatstar. And then Numageras on DVD. The art prints, I'm trying not to pin them up at all, so I'm going to leave them over there. The JSDF Maser Cannon Division t-shirt. This Bolton. This Kaiju. SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2000 Special Edition. Ultra Act Ultraman Mebius. And SH Monster Arts Gigan. For a total of, what did I say? Did I say $463, I think? All this. All those movies, 2 t-shirts. Let's see how many figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures. Which, hey, doesn't seem like that lot, but the quality that 4 of the figures are, and then the rarity of 2 of them at least, and then a custom figure from Dojo Studios, I would say that's a pretty darn good deal. Plus an autograph. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. Autograph from Kawatani. This was a great time. I'd like to thank everybody who I met and saw, and everybody who was just there to make it a better experience for me, for my first time. And as always, stay strong, Kaiju fans.